Am I the asshole for telling my husband that his buddy's wife needing help is not my problem? My husband and I live right next door to his friend Tim and his friend's wife, Jonah. I have a 4-year-old son and a week-old daughter. Tim and Jonah have a 5-year-old and 3-day-old. My labor went a lot smoother than hers did. She ended up needing an emergency hysterectomy as she was bleeding out on the labor and delivery bed. They came home last night. Now, when they got home, Tim called my husband down to smoke a joint, and when he got back upstairs, he told me that Tim had asked him for a favor. Apparently, he was wondering if I would go over to his house periodically throughout the day while he was at work to check on his wife and do tasks for her, cooking, cleaning, keeping her company, as she was bedridden and feeling really down and depressed from the unexpected hysterectomy and the reality of not being able to have more children. Listen, I feel for women. I really do. But this is not my problem. I just had a baby myself a week ago. And even cooking for us is a chore in itself because of how exhausted I am. My husband said repeatedly, quote, "It's okay if you say no. I'm sure they would understand. But like, it'd be nice if you did this for them because I'm sure they could really use the company. And I know I'm being selfish, but I do not care if she could use the company. And I feel really backed into a corner and manipulated with wordplay. It's okay if you say no, but you should just say yes. But I'm getting really pissed off that I'm even asked of this. I asked my husband why him or his buddy would immediately think I would be able to do this, considering I just had my own baby and I'm also taking care of a 4-year-old. He said, quote, "I understand that, but you're already up and doing things.
No.
And she can't even do that because she's bedridden. So she can't even make her kid food or anything." Anyways, I told him no. I told him I had a bad taste in my mouth about them attempting to back me into a corner for a yes answer with their guilt trips, and that if she was incapable of doing anything, Tim needed to step it up and either A, take time off from work, or B, start meal prepping and call someone else to come into his home and do everything else. My husband and Tim work at the same job, and they were both given 4 days off when we went into labor. So he had time to try and figure this out. But instead, he tried pawning it off on me, thinking I would say yes. My husband said that he doesn't blame me for saying no, but my attitude on it has caused tension between him and Tim because I'm acting heartless. Am I the asshole for not caring that Jonah needs help and telling them that it's not my problem?
First of all, if the husband weren't smoking a joint with his buddy, maybe he could be helping out a little bit.
And that's a good point.
A week after they've given birth?